Welcome back. I know it's been a while since I posted a YouTube video. I actually filmed a video of me putting 5% window tint on my truck, but unfortunately the video editing, something went wrong and I lost all the footage. Okay, we still have the MKZ. Thankfully nothing has happened to it. There it is, looking lovely. It's actually dirty right now. That's the 5% window tint. So I had 5 on one side and 20 on the other, and I just got tired of it, so I finally broke down and I re-tinted both sides. So now I have 5% all the way around except on the windshield. Now here's the problem with 5% window tint. One, it's stupid illegal. Number two, at nighttime it's really hard to see out of. So between those two problems, I can deal with those. You know, I'm smart enough to know to roll my windows down 9 times out of 10 if I see a cop around, and at nighttime I just kind of give up on backing up. If I need to back up, I'll open the door, roll the windows down, and hope for the best. But I am trying to kind of take my landscaping company a little more serious here, and in order to help with my image of the company, the window tint's going to need to come off, because the truck and all the equipment in the back and everything like that is part of my company's image. And if you just see landscaping truck but you don't see who's in it, it kind of makes you wonder, you know, it confuses people, I guess. So the window tint's coming off when I finally break down and do it. We got really bad news. I ended up having to do, because I just about killed the Dakota, here we go. There are no more subs. Those are my wrestling shoes, a piece of paper, and a water bottle. There's no more subs, no more amp, none of that. I had a 12 on that side and a 10 on this side, and a giant amp in the middle. You can still see one of the ground wires. But unfortunately, I had to take that out. And I had to take all that out is because my battery was getting so much corrosion that the terminals were basically dead. Okay, I took it off because I don't even remember why I took it off. But I took it off and took the positive terminal off the battery and noticed all the corrosion, and literally I could not get it back on. I couldn't get it off. The truck wouldn't start. I said, maybe I should have left it alone. Yeah, I remember, because the subs stopped working. So checked all my wires inside, they were good. So I came out here and it actually corroded all the way through. I had like 8 gauge wire on it, which for those of you who don't know, that's really thick gauge wire. I mean, it's thicker than this. It's far thicker than that actually. So it had corroded all the way through that line, which this battery's been on it ever since I've had the truck. I'm 19 now. I got it when I was 16, so 3 years and 3 years and a month actually. It's been a good truck. Unfortunately, the battery itself can't sustain all the juice that my speakers and whatnot were pulling from it. So I've been riding without bass in my truck, and it makes me slightly depressed. Okay, my plan is to put a smaller amp and a smaller sub back in it, just to give me a little bit of tone throughout my music. You know, can't completely grow up yet. I don't know if y'all can see it, but what do you see wrong in this picture? If you didn't guess it, it's the exhaust hanging off, I don't know, 6 inches off the ground. So as you can see there, there's a fairly large exhaust leak, and that's the reason why my exhaust is hanging off. Not that long ago, I redid the exhaust with this here flex pipe, and now that I've been through this experience, I realized flex pipe is a bunch of junk. Because I actually have landscaping to go do. Tapping screws out of the exhaust hanger. I actually self-tapped screwed the exhaust hanger through the frame, which it ended up working out well. So now I need to cut off the rest of my exhaust at the flex pipe, which is a piece of absolute junk. Don't ever buy it. If you buy it, make sure you do something to keep the rust away from it, because if you don't, you're going to end up like me. And just because today is 4th of July and we're going to help celebrate how the Americans did it back in the old days, we're using a hacksaw. It wasn't really hard at all to get out. That hacksaw couldn't cut a wet paper towel, so the fact that it cut the pipe, what little bit was left on, just goes to tell you, or goes to show how not really secure it was on there. Like I said, if there's anything you learn from me through watching these videos, don't ever use flex pipe, because unless you put something on there to keep it from rusting, I don't even think that's gonna necessarily do the trick, because it's like the more it bends around the bumps and whatnot through the road, the more it gets fragile and brittle, and then it breaks, and then you're doing what I'm doing. So since it's 4th of July, keep in mind, I stay repping, okay? All day, all night. It doesn't leave the truck, okay? Best country, let's go. So while I got it off and while I got y'all here, let's just see what it sounds like. Caught it, but when I started the truck up, about 50 bald eagles shot out from underneath of it, and now the world has more bald eagles. So it really doesn't sound that bad, considering it's a 4.7 V8 with nothing but pipe on it. I like it. It runs too rich without anything on it, so I'm gonna need to get it fixed the right way eventually. I'm a very cheap person, so we'll see if I pay someone or if I do it again myself, because I've only done it a gazillion times, and look at where we're still at. But definitely, that's all we really got for today's video. Enjoy your 4th of July, and the MKZ bumper is still messed up. Once again, kind of like the exhaust. I need to get it done the correct way, but I'm cheap, not a big priority. Car still drives and fine. It actually gets better gas mileage, and it's more horsepower because there's less drag on the car. So, you know, you gotta look at the upside of it. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, and